contract that actually created the United States of America as a whole, what it actually became, is basically receiving a South Node conjunction on Pluto, which is like, let's drain the bullshit, right? So,
and it's like what we're literally experiencing now in planetary real time.
And we're experiencing that, and I think it's interesting that that drain the swamp was literally used because Pluto Scorpio is the swamp. That swamp work. So South Node work, swamp work. That's like, I was in the marshlands yesterday in Maryland. That's the kidney work, and that's ruled by Pluto. So here we are working in the kidneys of the United States. And what do the kidneys do in our own bodies? They
literally no idea.
they drain all of the toxins out of our body.
Oh,
so
great.
That's what's kind of going on. And somebody's trying to sell me something for puppies at this red light, but I feel bad. I can't give them anything for the puppies.
Not today.
Not today, but another
Not
day.
today, puppies.
So
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Marianne's birth chart. I'm redoing it in my own. So I do my own way to do it. I can't look at these other people's. I need like the way I know how to look at it. So keep telling me, but I'm pulling up a new chart.
Will you tell me? Oh, you're putting it on like your chart calculator.
I'm just looking it up, so that I can actually see it. This doesn't. I need a little bit more like remedial chart. It just doesn't look like how I know how. I just am learning. So anyway, tell me what you see.
So what Marianne has is she has her solar energy, her Cancer energy, on the north node of where the world is right now. So the world has the north node in Cancer right now, by transit. Cancer is the north node. All of our eclipses, we're going to have some eclipses in Gemini and Sag next year, but the height of the eclipse energy right now is Cancer and Capricorn, and she has her moon on the south node, with also by transit Saturn, who got super close to the south node. Saturn and Pluto are super close there, and in fact, Pluto had a direct conjunction with the south node last week. So we got a precursor of this energy. A lot of people having a lot of power struggles at the same time. And part of the power struggle is collective power struggle. We're not just struggling with the people in our lives. We're struggling with capitalism, patriarchy versus matriarchy.
Right.
Capitalism versus whatever else is going to be created.
I feel like she's like the government rise of the divine feminine. That's like what she could be, even if she doesn't become president this time. That's what she's becoming. She's changing the game.
She's changing the game.
She's the fucking best.
She did say, "I know that they're gonna hang me." She did.
But she's a witch. She's a witch candidate.
She's the witch candidate, and she literally is coming out. She's like, they would have burned her. Because when I saw her at the Beverly Center, I saw her in December of 2018. It's so crazy how fast life moves. I saw her in early December of 2018, and interesting enough, she has Tuesday talks in New York City when she's in New York City.
Why do you think Tuesday is the day she chooses to do that?
Where's her Mars?
Let's before the angels are with us. Sorry, keep going.
Scorpio. Is her Mars in Scorpio? Her Mars is in Scorpio?
Her Mars is in 5 degrees Scorpio with her vertex in the 5th house.
Oh, her vertex is there?
Yes.
She definitely has an astrologer. There's no question as to
she does, right? Yeah.
Because so she's doing some Mars work, and it's what house is her Mars in?
Her Mars is in the 5th house.
Okay. So the 5th house rules expression. So her Mars work is to express. Even if it's in Scorpio, she's transformative. She's transformative expression. So she's literally Like when you saw, oh wait, you watched the video that I did, that I was in. Did you hear? I asked her a question.
Do we still have that video? We should post that video.
I think it is on. I'll check her website.
Check or check. I feel like you sent it to me. Oh yeah, but I can't get it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if they're available. We find out.
I'll look at it. I'll see what she has up. But I asked her a question about basically, like, what is it like to be in a masculine, when you need to express your voice in a masculine world? Like, how you do that? And she's like, there's people that are not going to hear you, and that's okay. Like, she's just like, she basically just said, just keep on talking.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like that's what I was trying to say too. It's just like, don't even focus on the people that don't pay attention or the people that don't like you. It's like you're not for them. Don't worry about people that don't like you. They can find someone they like then, no problem.
Yeah. But she was when you're in her presence, you're definitely in the presence of a prophet.
She's a prophet, yeah. I mean, what do you think it means that she has, okay, it's like things I'm noticing. Oh, sorry, keep going. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's really.
She's a prophet. She has a lot of humility. She's very humble, but she's regal. Okay, so what I'm seeing that's interesting, okay, so she has a sun conjunct Uranus in the first house, which then is also conjunct her Venus, but her Venus is then in the second house. What is that? How do you read that?
So she has Uranus conjunct which other planet, my dear?
So she has Uranus at 14 degrees Cancer, her sun at 16 degrees Cancer in the first house, and then her Venus is at 19 degrees Cancer in the second house.
Oh, so you're wondering about like the cusp house or different houses?
Well, not even cusp house, but like first of all, what are the two of those, like, it's like, how do you even read that? Because it's like so much. Do you read it as like a conjunction of three things? Do you read it as a conjunction of two things and three things? Do you read it, like, do the houses matter? Like, what is that? We're trying to like read her story or like the story of her even as a candidate or as a leader. What is that what does that mean?
I would still consider what that is called a stellium, which is, three or more planets conjunct, so at the same point. I have a wider stance on conjunction based on the energy of the chart and based on the reading that I'm giving. I would consider that a conjunction. Yes, you can have a conjunction or two planets or in two different houses. It just means that she has to hold energy in both powerfully, which she does.
So the way so it's like the way it's showing up in the first house is that like she's actually a truly feminine healer, leader, creating change in a leadership capacity. She's Gemini rising, she's talking, but actually she's the mother kind of coming in to clean up. And her moon in Capricorn directly across from, so then her Venus is there with it, but that's in the second house. Second house is more about like stability and safety and security. So I think that's actually saying that like she actually is secure. Like she actually is, her leading creates that's her work. That's how she can give and receive love and, right? That's also like directly across from her moon in the 8th house in Capricorn at 28 degrees Capricorn. So she also has a very advanced, like a very old age Capricorn moon, meaning that like she also can handle it the way like a man could. She actually is supported by a very masculine, very paternal, inner shell. I mean, I don't have the same moon placement, but I have the 8th house moon, and I relate to that. It's in Capricorn with my Mars, so I really know like what it feels like to try to just be, just like in charge of stuff. It's just like a leadership thing, but it's 8, so the 8th house is very karmic. So it's like really she's doing her life's work.
Yeah. Part of that is also there's a little bit of destiny stuff here as well. It also means that, the mother-father work she had to do on her own. She had to do a lot of mother-father healing work.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that all of this is all wrapped up in these nodal transits. So she hasn't even experienced, she's basically getting the Great Conjunction directly on her moon, which is huge.
Wait, so can you go back? I don't think we answered that before. What is the Great Conjunction, and then what does it mean that it's directly on her moon?
So the Great Conjunction, which happened, the last time this happened was in 1999, which for us, you know, we saw that, like, and there was a movie made about the Great Conjunction. It's about every, 20 years? There's a great movie called The Dark Crystal, which Jim Henson made.
Whoa.
And he talked about like 3 trines and a 9. But basically he's talking about a great conjunction that happened in either the 80s, or he was talking about the upcoming one, or he was just talking about the energy in general. Now, when it comes to presidential elections that have fallen under great conjunction, so great conjunction is Saturn. These are outer planets, conjunct Pluto, and also Jupiter's coming around to that point too.
So when you say outer planets, there are inner planets that are like personality and personal stuff. Outer planets usually relate to the collective. Is that right?
Yeah, because they're the big guns.
So every so often these planets come together in a certain way, and it usually means you're saying that when leaders have taken power or changed during times like this.
Totally.
And then that's what you're saying. Okay, I just want to make sure I understand. Okay.
So I have a couple of like ideas about this. Basically, like Trump was an eclipse that was with Aquarius and Leo. So he was kind of like the electricity that geared us up towards this energy. Like we needed an electric eel in the White House in order to get the waters turning. Does that make sense?
100%. It's like why we have like karmic partners and why we attract people that trigger us. He's a big trigger.
Yeah. He was a trigger. And he
turned people on in a way. The way that Obama turned people on from a place of love, he actually turned people on from a place of like, it's like ego or fear.